Welcome to Trade with an Edge, your guide to become a successful algorithmic trader. Today we're going to talk about one of our tools, Portfolio Builder Beta. It's a powerful tool to manage your portfolio of algorithms. First, let's talk about why we build Portfolio Beta and what it does and how it can help our fellow algorithmic traders. First, the classical approach in managing a portfolio of algorithms is diversification. The primary assumption over here is that if one algorithm fails, the others will offset the losses and thereby limiting the exposure. Now, what we are finding out is that diversification alone is not good enough. When algorithms fail, it tends to fail faster and it tends to fail in groups. So what this tool does is it groups algorithms to clusters using a method called dynamic time warping. Dynamic time warping is an algorithm used in many other applications as well, like speech recognitions, and it's gaining popularity among the data science community in the last 5-6 years. Now, by having this group of algorithms in clusters, this enables us to assign risk measures at multiple levels. You can assign a risk top level at an algorithm level, and also cluster level and a total portfolio level. And you can have different approaches at different levels. It also enables you to build a portfolio by adding and removing clusters. You can remove clusters and analyze the historical performance of your portfolio. And then that will give you some indication of how it's going to possibly function to the future. The most important thing in this tool is that it enables you to play defense and offense at a cluster level. Let me explain what I mean by playing defense and offense. You may have a cluster of 4 or 5 in a portfolio, and let's assume that in one particular cluster there's 5 algorithms. So if we see that 1 or 2 algorithms failing fast, that's an indication the other 3 algorithms in that particular cluster have a high chance of failing as well. So at that point, you can take measures to maybe stop that particular cluster or reduce the exposure on it. At the same time, if you see a cluster is functioning very well, at that time you may be able to take offensive strategy or approach, manage the exposure accordingly. Let's talk about what comes with Portfolio Builder Beta. The beta version is free. The reason we made it free is that for us to get feedback from fellow users. And we want to build a product that can truly help everyone. Obviously, whoever gives feedback for us, make this a better product that can help everyone, you will have access for the paid version in the future. With the Portfolio Builder Beta, we are going to share a sample set of data, which is going to get quarterly updated. With this sample set of data, it's basically real performance of about 50 or 60, it may vary from quarter to quarter, weekly mark-to-market data. You can build your model portfolio and see how it functions and play around with it and get a feel of how it works. That alone, we will refresh that data every quarter so you can see how your portfolio has functioned, how your risk measures have worked, and so on. And that leads to a good segue. In the future, we are planning on having a competition where that you can use this sample set of data and build your portfolio, and we will track it every quarter and see who have done well and understand why it has worked well for that person. What is that approach? We'll share maybe some of the best practices. So with that, let's jump into the demo. Let me show you how to operate or you use the tool. First, you need to download the sample data from this link. It takes you to a Google folder. Best thing is to download the folder itself. Let me open up one of them and show you what's in there. You will see mark-to-market weekly performance, and also you will see the symbol, the strategy name that you're giving, and this is part of the equity curve. This is really doesn't matter. Most important things are column G, column D, that needs to be in the right places. If you are downloading your own strategy performance from your strategies, make sure that it's on this format. And obviously, if you need the code to extract the performance like what we do over here, please reach out to us. We'll be happy to send you the ELD on that. That's not a problem. All right. And then, so the next thing is to consolidate this these files into one master file. So let me show you how to do that. First, you go and you need to select all the files, and it will say how many files in there. Proceed. Right, now let's download that. Let's see how it looks like. There you go. So strategy name, mark-to-market performance based on the week. All right, so now you have this file. So the next step is go to your portfolio builder and start building a portfolio. Now, one important thing to keep in mind is that when you build a portfolio, first thing you need to do is give the date range. So these dates needs to be in this file. So for example, over here, it's January 5th, 18 to April 26th, 19. So January 5th, April 26th. Confirm range, select file. So that should be this one. Open. It'll populate all the data over here. Say confirm. Now, based on how many strategies you have, you want to kind of tell the system, okay, let's split it up or group them into 4, 5, 6, or 8, clusters. So normally I go with about 5 to start with. So when you do that, you're going to see, hey, there's the main clusters. So cluster 2, you're going to see a grouping together. So you want to pay attention to that. And all these are the other clusters. So let's see how those looks like. So, all right. So obviously, cluster 2, we saw that a huge grouping together. Now we are seeing all these other ones. So we want to see what's going on with cluster 2. So it's going to give you cluster 2 alone. So over here, what you can do is, okay, so this is the maximum historical drawdown line over here. We take it as a stop point. You can adjust that. But over here, it's 10,832. you can change it to, let's say, 5,000. We'll show you, whoop, minus 5,000, right? And maybe you can change it to, you can see how many times it's crossed back and forth. So that's an important thing. So that can tell you what's the maximum drawdown you want to take with this particular cluster, right? Okay, so now let's say we have so many strategies in this cluster, we want to further divide it. So you want to do a subcluster. So let's see that. Now here we go. So these are the subclusters within that cluster 2. Right? Subcluster 1 is this one. Subcluster 2 is the highest performing one. There's 5 strategies in there. So let's say we want to go into subcluster 2, see how it is. Okay, there you go. So, but with a 15,000 drawdown, 5 strategies running over here. So let's say we like this cluster. So we want to say, all right, subcluster 2, I want to take that, right, to the main portfolio. And then I see subcluster 1. Let's look at that. Subcluster 1. 15,000. 3 strategies together. Let's, for argument's sake, we like that. Let's say we like that as well. All right. So now go back over here. So we worked on subcluster 2. Let's see cluster 1, how it looks like. Not so great. Cluster 2 we looked at. Cluster 3, let's see. I like this because even though there is a huge drawdown, it's coming up. But let's look at the other ones too. I like this one a lot. Okay, maybe that one. This is cluster 5. Right, we want cluster 5. Let's look at it again. The 1, 3. Since it's, even though it's going down, it's been steady going up. Let's add that, cluster 3. Not so hard. Okay, let's move these clusters and subclusters into the portfolio. Let's say proceed. There we go. This is how it looks like. And these are the individual equity curves. How it's looking all together. So over here, it's giving you about 22,000 drawdown. All right, this is the basic tool. Please start playing around with it. Tell us what you think. And we are using it. It's been giving us good results. So I hope this will help you as well. and look forward to your comments. And thank you.